Hello everyone. So in this lecture we just check it out how we can use Jupyter notebook and discuss about input and print function. So you can see there is a Jupyter notebook in Anaconda 3. When I am clicking on this, so server is starting. It is a basically web based application. So how we can use it, I just explained it. It is opening, it is taking little bit time. Okay. So before this I am just talking about what is input and print function. So basically input function is a predefined function. This is a predefined function. Print function is also a predefined function which is used to take the input. Input is basically take the input from the user, and print is basically used to print the something on the screen. Okay. So if you want to print something on the screen, so you can use print function, and if you want to take a input, so you can use input function. Okay. So you can see this Jupyter is open and localhost is a server. Okay. So how we can make a program, just click on new and this Python 3. So when I'm clicking on Python 3, new file is open. So it is just like a page. Okay, so it is a page. I am just opening it. Okay, I am just naming the page. So this is the Evosity. Okay, so I am just changing a name here. Click on this and open this link. You can change the name. Okay, so you can see here this is the cell. Okay, when the color of cell is blue, so you can just pass the some command. So if you want to put some cell, so A is the key, shortcut key, which is used to enter the more cell. So when I am clicking on A, so and adding a cell, okay, above of the current cell. So if I am clicking on this, so if I am pressing A, so the column is the row is added. So how we can check it out? So if I am writing here hello, and you can see when I am typing something, the color is been changed. So color is now green. When I am clicking on this, I am pressing A, so you can see cell is input above of the current cell, right? Okay. So if you want to put cell, if you want to enter cell below, so you can press key B. So when you are pressing B, the cell is inserting below of the current cell. Okay. And if you want to delete something, so suppose I am taking something here, I am writing here. So if you want to delete something, you just press double D 2 times, basically D 2 times. So this way you can delete the cell. Okay. Okay, how we can run the code? So when I am clicking on this, you can see color has been changed and you can run. So like if I just want to find the calculation to 2 plus 3, and here you can see there is a run button. So when I am clicking on this, you can see the result is 5. Okay. So you just write the code in a cell, and after that you can run, you just get the result here. Okay. Okay, now how we can take input from user? So A, suppose I just want to take the name, so name is equal to, you can use the function, input function. This is a predefined function. So you can see when I am saying okay, how we can take input, you can use input function, and name is equal to input. Okay, just understand this line. So basically input is a predefined function which is used to take the input. Is equal to is the assignment operator. So obviously it take the value from the right hand side and put the value into the left hand side. So whatever value this function is taking, that this function is taking from the user, so it is putting into the variable. So this is the variable name, right? And I tell you in the previous lecture, left hand side must be a variable, right? It must be a variable. So name is a variable, it contains the value from the user. Okay. What type of value? You are putting any kind of value here, it is taking and just put into the name. Okay, what type of name is? So if I am checking what is the type of name, so type of name is always str. So if anybody is asking if I am taking a value through the input, so if user input 10, so it is an integer type value. But again I am checking the type of name, so type of name is str. So it is basically come into this single quotes, right? So that means you cannot perform mathematical operation to the string format, right? So what you have to do, you just convert this string into an integer. I will tell you how we can convert it. So let's see. So when I'm running this code, so you can see a simple text box come in front of you. You just put enter. So I can enter anything. So this is my first program. So when I'm running this, so you can see name is containing the value. Okay, I just want to print the name. So there is a predefined function, that is print function. You can just write here variable name. When I'm running this, so you can see this is my first program, because name have the exactly same thing what you are entered here, right? But the main problem is when I'm running this code, so a simple text box come in front of me, right? I have no idea what kind of value we should enter here. Okay, so what I just want to write a message before this text box. What exactly mean is, so just like a Gmail, if you are entering mail ID, if you want to log in into a Gmail, so you can see a simple text box in front of you and a simple statement is written there, please enter your user email ID, right? So what I want, okay, so what I just want to write a simple message. So here I am not taking anything. So if you want to write anything, so I can write here enter your name. Okay, so when I'm running this, so you can see now it text box is much informative. That means before this you can see enter your name, that means you should enter your name. So I am just enter my name is Adam. Okay, when I enter this, so I just want to print, so print my name is Adam. Okay, so this way you can take the input, and if you want to print something, you can print by using the print function. Okay, but what I don't want to print exactly same as the name. I just want to combine with a simple welcome message. So what I just want to print like welcome Adam. So what we have to do, you just write in the double quotes. So whatever you have written inside a double quotes in the print function, it is exactly print on your screen. Okay, and comma is the separator which is used to differentiate between the string and the variable. Okay, so when I'm running this, so you can see welcome Adam is printed here. Whatever I am writing in the double quotes, it is exactly same printed here. But when I'm printing a variable name, so it is printing the value only. Okay, so if you are using printing a variable, so variable is printing the value, and if you are printing something into a double quotes, it is exactly print on your screen. Got my point? So this way you can take the input and print the output. Okay, now next topic is when I am taking an input through user. So you can see if I am taking an input here, so when I am running this 10, suppose I am entering 10. Okay, again I am entering print, so welcome 10, but I just want to check what is the type of name. Okay, so you can see type of name is str. Obviously when you are taking an input through the input function, it is always giving in a string format, and if you want to do some multiplication and mathematical operation perform with this 10, you cannot do. String is not able to do mathematical operations, right? What means is name plus 2. If I am this, so you can see it is giving error, right? But you can see what is the value of name. So name is basically 10, but you can see string into a single quotes. When I'm writing an integer value, so integer value is this and string value is this. This single quotes tell to the interpreter okay, this 10 is a string. You cannot do the mathematical operation. Okay, so this is the problem. That means we are not able to take the input as an integer from the user. No. What we have to do, how we can do this, we can just take the value through the user in a string format, and after that I just want to convert into an integer. Okay, so how we can convert it? We can convert by using functions. There is predefined functions which is used to convert the value into a other format. Okay, so how we can convert? So first function is integer function, second is str function, third is float function. Okay, so these are the function which is used to convert a value into a other format. So integer function is used to convert any type of value into an integer. String is used to any type of value into a string. Float function is used to convert any type of value into a float. Okay, let's see. So you can see the type of name is str. What I want, I just want to convert into an integer. So I am taking another variable a is equal to, okay, int and name. When I'm running this, so you can see when I'm printing a, so a is 10, and if I'm checking type a, so type of a is integer. Okay, so now you can have a, okay, and if you want to store into a same variable, you can do it, right. And if you suppose you can see the type of a is integer, and if you want to store into another variable b is equal to into a string format, so you can use the str function a. So when I'm printing this and I just want to check it out, what is the type of b, so you can see type of b is str, right. So this way you can convert any of the value from anyone, like if you are have a string, you can convert into an integer. If you have an integer, you can convert into a string. If you have an integer or a string, you can convert into a float. But one thing you should remember, if a variable a is equal to 10, so then you can convert into an integer. If a is equal to Lucy, so this is a basically a string, okay, you cannot convert this into an integer, right, it is giving error. So only changing the value, only changing those value which is basically have a something match to the particular type, right. So it is a integer type, so it is, you can convert into an integer. It is basically a string type, so you cannot convert this into a integer. Got my point? So this is basically giving error, okay. So I think everything is clear. What is input function, what is print function do, what type function do, how we can take the input from the user, how we can convert into the value into a integer, a string and float, right. So in the next lecture we discuss about for loop. Thank you so much.